give a few minutes for people to join. I only have like 10 minutes. So be really quick. Just to run through the BTC chart. All right. Looks like stream's working, right, Winnie? Yeah, I'll jump in the voice channel if like I really only have a few minutes, but if you guys have questions, I'll jump in the voice channel with the group. Nils, what up? All right, I got like 20 people in here, so we'll just get into it. Other people can watch the replay later. Like I said, only have a few minutes just to quickly run through BTC so everybody understands what I'm looking at. So this is the BTC correction. Been calling for a while. We had the bearish divergence. We had the double top at the strong resistance. The last live stream we did, I specifically talked about. We have the strong resistance up top, strong support down below. Break the resistance here. We continue up, remain bullish. Fail at the support down here at 7,600. We'll drop into the correction, which we've been waiting for forever. So I'm excited to actually get that correction. We've been waiting for it for a long time. We need to reset our indicators. We got to have an opportunity to get back in at a lower price, which is ideal. So we're seeing the indicators reset substantially. The RSI is way down. We're going to see all the oscillators pull down. We're going to get to the point most likely where the EMAs cross over to the bearish side. Hopefully this takes a little longer and it's not just like an 8-hour correction. I'd like to see this last a full day and a half. It can go 2 or 3 days and I'm fine with that, to be honest. I'm okay with this correction lasting a week as long as we correct. It looks like we're moving pretty quickly, so hopefully we can get a little bounce and then a strong move down. So if you think about this as an A and we get a classic ABC zigzag, you're going to see a 535 probably bounce at some point relatively soon, maybe over here because we have the 236 and the 382. That's a pretty strong confluence, so we might see a bounce right around here, run back up to the bottom of the cloud, right where the resistance is here, and then we'll take another leg down to complete the correction. My primary target is right where we have the confluence zone of the 618 and the 382. For those who aren't familiar, I look for confluence with Fibonacci retracements. So I overlay multiple Fib retracements from different start and end points, and I look for confluence or agreement between them. So we have multiple Fib retracements giving me the exact same support resistance right here. So ideally, that's going to be the strongest one we have on the screen. We're sitting at a strong support right now, 382 and the 236, and this is an example of my model in action. You can see my confluence strategy in action, right? Look how strong this is holding as a support. This is actually a really strong support right here because we have 2 Fib levels and we have a confluence zone. So based on, this is a good example, like I said, we can bounce up from here. This is probably an ideal spot to get that bounce. Then the final rundown, I think we're going to drop down to that major support zone. 382 right here, and that would be, 63.40. Now, I have an alternate count. We haven't redone it in a while, where this is wave 4, but that's a larger time frame issue. That's a broader issue. I'm not too worried about it right now. We would potentially retrace a little bit lower, but we're going to see what happens. If we end up retracing here and bouncing right at the 382, I might stick with this count as my primary count. If we fail and go lower than the 63.40 target, I'll start considering the other count as a potentially more likely LA wave count, which would put us in wave 4 now. So yeah, I'll go through those other counts in another video. I have to kind of get a clean chart and start from scratch because my charts are so filled with shit. Now, as far as getting into alts, yes, you're bouncing a little bit here. We'll see what happens. Again, confluence zone, major support zone. Anytime you get confluence like this, I don't care. Nobody else has this support noted because there's no support there based on past trading. There's no support here that's a typical standard horizontal support. The only way you're finding support here is if you use my confluence strategy, and that's why nobody else is identifying this as a really strong support. Nobody on Twitter or anything is saying, oh, there's a really strong support right at 71.20 because nobody else uses my strategy. Anyway, getting into alts now, probably not a good idea. Some of the alts have good potential plays, but you want to wait until we get a bounce. Right now, if we do get a bounce here, if we actually hold this and we bounce for 8 or 10... Oh, babies are crying. I got to go. But really quick, if we bounce for 8 or 10 hourly candles here, we might actually see a run on some of the alts. So, I mean, we're moving up a little bit on BNB right now. As long as you have a good risk mitigation strategy, you can trade alts. I don't want to say stay out entirely. What I would rather see people do is if you have the skill set where you're able to get into trades and really control your risk like I do. So that's sticking to USDT pairs. That's one thing you can do. So that way, if you get stopped out, you're not stopped out into BTC in the middle of it tanking. So stick to USDT pairs is a good option. Have stop losses on every single trade that you're in. And you don't have to take on too much risk. So if you get into an alt, if you were to get into BNB right now, say you were to buy BNB right here, and you were to risk a little under 3%, 2.9%. If it fails, you're going to lose a few percent. But if it does move up, you just have to be more aggressive with your trailing stop losses. So if we were to bounce here and go back up to like $25, I'd probably say you want to move your stop loss up to like the 99 EMA and lock in that profit right away. Since we're looking down the barrel right now at a definite correction, we are going to continue correcting on BTC, which means we're going to continue correcting on the alts. All right. Yeah, babies are crying. I got to cut this short. Sorry. But guys in the group, I'll be in Discord and we can talk more about it in a few. I'll be back after I feed the kids. Anybody have any questions for like 30 seconds? Use the chat in YouTube because I'm looking at the YouTube screen right now. I really only have like 30, 60 seconds. First question that gets asked, I'll answer it. No? Nobody has any questions. All right. Maybe I'll do another quick public live stream. Yo. All right. Yeah, I gotta go. They're still crying. All right. I'll do another live stream later, possibly. But hopefully everybody sees my thinking on BTC.
Vader?
Yeah.
I caught the dip at about 6,700. You think I should hold through that?
I would just... Would you buy BTC?
Yeah.
I would set a stop loss.
What's that?
Just set a stop loss. And that way, if it does drop, you get out a profit. And if it does keep going up, you're still in the trade. Set a stop loss at your entry, so that way you're risk-free. If it drops below there, you get stopped out, but you don't take a loss, you break even. And if it continues moving up, you can move your stop loss up and lock in some profit.
Legit. Thanks, man.
Yep, of course. All right, I'll be on Discord with you guys in a little bit. Anybody on the public side, maybe I'll do a public live stream later. It depends. I'm going to go get the kids fed, put them back to sleep, and we'll see. It's getting pretty late. All right, thanks, guys.